Hi, and welcome to Zen Body Flow. I am Jessica, and I would like to speak with you about a very intriguing subject, one that will always come across your way when you practice ancient arts like Qigong. And I'm talking about the three Dantian. So the ancient mystics knew something that science is just catching up with. What did they know? Well, the Taoists, they observed the world, they observed the human body, and they noticed that every human being has strong energy centers within the body. And they discovered three: the upper dantien, the middle dantien, and the lower dantien. And they said these energy centers are like elixir fields. They also called them the three treasures. And today we discuss and find out why they are three treasures and what makes them so powerful. Actually, if we unlock these centers and empower them, we become empowered, almost like superhumans. So, what is science saying about the three Dantian? They don't talk about the three Dantian, but science has been catching up, and they noticed, or they measured, that we actually have three brains. We have the mind brain, the heart brain, and the gut brain. So, what does that mean for the three Dantian? The Heart Math Institute, probably you've already heard about it. They indicate that the heart is around, I just looked it up, 60 times greater electrically than the brain. Isn't that fascinating? So we can measure things. And it is also about 5,000 times stronger magnetically than the brain. And I find it so fascinating to see that we can measure these things, that science is finding things out that the ancient mystics had already observed thousands of years ago. So, first of all, what we know is that the body is bioelectromagnetic. And we have these three energy centers. I made a drawing. Actually, I didn't draw it, I printed it out. So we have these three energy centers. And let's begin with the first one. In Qigong, it is the lower dantien, and it's right here. The source point of the lower dantien is approximately 2 inches or 4 centimeters, I think it's 4 centimeters, below the navel. And it's called the Qi high point. This is the source point. But the whole dantien, lower dantien, is in this area. And you notice, it includes the gut. It also includes the kidneys. And scientifically, or in science, we know that we have the brain and our spine with the nerve and our central nervous system running down into the enteric nervous system, connecting to all the organs in the body. Okay? So our nerves connect also to our gut. And this is where science is saying we have a mind gut. I want to imagine the following. If somebody tells you something and you immediately feel in your gut, this doesn't sit right with me. You have that gut feeling. Your gut is already telling you something. You can sense and feel with it, with all the nerves in your gut, before your brain can reason. Okay, so your gut is very strong. The lower dantien is also connected with our vitality chi. That means our power, our energy. Imagine it like a bank account, an energy bank account. All right. Then we have the second energy center, which is the middle dantien, and this is connected to compassion, to our humanity, to love, right? And with this energy center, the source point, is right here, CV17. And we can actually feel it when we touch it. It's like we don't even need to touch it very strongly, just very lightly. We can sense and feel with this center. So our heart Like we found out through the Heart Math Institute, it is electromagnetically so much stronger than the brain. And the heart is like our navigation system in the world, right? Our heart knows the answer. Deep down inside, we always know. I imagine our heart like the North Star. If we have to make a very difficult decision, before the brain can actually reason again about, like, is it good, is it bad, our heart tells us the answer. We can always trust our heart, especially if our heart is activated. It's open and flowing, this area, and our bioelectromagnetic field is strong around the heart. All right, let me just check. So also our heart is, we get a feeling. We already know the heart is connected to our emotions, energy and motion, right? But with our heart, we feel if something is right or wrong. With our gut, we sense. With our heart, we feel. And the heart is like a bridge, all right, between the lower dantien and the upper dantien. It's right in the center, okay? So the heart is the energetic bridge. It is between the material world, which is very solid, and the more energetic world, like thought processes, right? All right, let's come to the third dantien, the upper dantien, which is connected, obviously, to our brain. The source point is our third eye, our pineal gland. And the mind is obviously, our brain is connected to reasoning, to wisdom, to an inner knowing, and also to logic. So when we're very impulsive in our decisions, the brain will kick in and bring in logic. But what happens if we are very much always in our mind, if we're like very much mind-based, if we're very much in our mind, we tend to overthink things. We go over them and over them and over them. And what can happen is, if we're too much in our mind, is that we'll make maybe unconscious decision based on past experience, maybe trauma and fear. If our mind is empowered, if our third dantien is empowered, this treasure, we actually make decisions from wisdom and that inner knowing and that connection to maybe the higher wisdom. And there's a beautiful Chinese proverb that I would like to share with you. The longest journey in life that we make is from our mind into our heart. Let me repeat this. The longest journey in life is from our mind into our heart. And this is actually where we begin to connect the heart with the mind. Science would call this the heart-mind coherence. So we are beginning to tap into greater wisdom, greater knowing. We become less impulsive in our decisions, and we include our heart decisions. Now, if we balance all three dantien and we harmonize them, we unlock these three treasures, all three dantien, these elixir fields, these powerful energy fields in our body. And if we bring in the lower dantien too, this is where we root everything. This is our root, where we are rooted in the body. We fully embody our power, our wisdom, our inner knowing into our body. So you can see now why these are three treasures, right? Because once we empower them, once we come into our inner power, we are not easy to being manipulated, swayed by peer pressure, or being fear-mongered. We begin to observe rather than to react. So Imagine we respond more to situations by first feeling within, feeling into our energy centers, bringing them power together. And that makes us so powerful, superhuman. If you are intrigued and would like to know more about our energy centers and how we can make them stronger, how we can empower ourselves and unlock our treasures, then look at the description box below. I will put together a list of Qigong flows that actually empower the three Dantien and that you can practice. And you will see within time, everything takes training, everything takes repetition to unlock more and more our inner power. All right, thank you so much. By the way, if I haven't said that yet, I'm Jessica and I'm a YOQI Qigong Flow certified instructor. I welcome you here if you haven't been around, and I look forward hearing from you. If you have any questions about this, please let me know down in the comments section, and I'll be happy to answer anything I can. And I hope I see you very soon in one of our practices. Thank you and bye-bye.